What advice about leadership would you give to your younger self if you could go back?
It's a great honor to be here. I want to start by saying, especially because of the topic we're discussing today, that I come to you from the only country in the world where girls' education is illegal. And it's 2022. So when we discuss numbers, data, 250 million children, mostly girls, out of school, it's one thing. There are barriers, there are policy failures that can be addressed. But it is completely different when we say there is a country in the world where girls' education is illegal. The only Afghan girls who are legally able to attend high school today are here in Rwanda. And I'm sincerely grateful to the generosity of Rwanda and Rwandans for welcoming us since last August when Taliban took over Afghanistan and when education became impossible for girls. Our young girls, our students here are thriving. They're doing remarkably well. But we cannot afford to have Afghanistan become an example for other countries. We should not be okay that a country, an authority, makes it illegal for girls to go to school. So if there is one important action item that I would like to put forward, if I may, to all of you here and to the Commonwealth leaders, is to speak in the loudest voice and demand a change. We cannot waste time. Data shows that when students are kept out of school just for 2 months, their learning is set back by up to 5 years. So we cannot afford to waste time because we need girls to be educated. We have data, we have years and years of longitudinal studies proving that women's education, girls' education is critical to eradicating poverty, to fighting global health crises, climate crises, etc. And one last thing, since we're talking about inviting men to this important conversation, I want to tell you a story, as I always like to tell stories, and I promise this is an incredibly short one. Yeah. We have opened our admission season to admit Afghan girls from refugee communities across the world who will join us for this next academic year here in Rwanda. And we mentioned that unfortunately, because of the restrictions in Afghanistan, we cannot admit girls from Afghanistan this year. I have received a call from several families, but one particular father who called me and said, if my daughters have a chance to be admitted at SOLA, I'm willing to become a refugee in a neighboring country. So while we have an authority that makes girls' education illegal in Afghanistan, we have allies, including men in Afghanistan, who are continuing to fight for girls' education. So please join them. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Shabana. Thank you so much. Thank you.